We put together a Monk build here. This is a pure fizz crit based build that uses Staggering Palm as its main source of damage. All right. Basically, we're going to use these projectiles. They're going to do a lot of crazy things, and it's going to clear screens and delete rares. Now, I'm on tier 10 maps right now, so I'm not sure exactly how this will scale to the late game. I have not really delved into the next things I'm going to do with this build. I'm playing entirely blind, so I don't really research very much about what can be done to make it better. I'm just kind of going by feel here, and this build has been kind of a work in progress as I've been playing at my own pace, since the beginning of the league. I started with this, and it's been some pain getting here, but I'm happy that I got here. So here's what we've got. All right. Basically, the main thing to look at here is Staggering Palm, which we've got with Retreat. Of course, it's going to boost our damage. It also will proc itself because the melee hit from the palm is going to give you that buff for that 25% more damage, right? Ricochet is really interesting because our projectiles cannot fork. We're going to use them to bounce off of terrain to get some of those hits. These work really, really good in enclosed areas, and there isn't any damage reduction for this, so you might as well do it. Nova does have some damage reduction, but it fires the projectiles out in a like a circle or star around us. 4 additional projectiles, meaning 5 projectiles per attack, because our projectiles are going to fire with every hit of our quarterstaff attacks. So when I do my whirling assault, that's going to be 8 hits, which means firing out 40 projectiles. That's going to be pretty sick. Now, what Impale is going to do, Impale basically is going to allow those slashes, those projectiles, to impale enemies, and then a hit will extract them. But because it's doing it in reaction to whirling assault itself, it should be extracting the impales with the whirling assault hits and applying them with the staggering palm projectiles. Lastly, we've got brutality here. That's just 30% more damage and 20% chance to ignore fizz damage reduction. That's great for us because we hit a lot and we don't use any other damage types. We're just fizz, so there isn't really a downside here. If there is a kind of special legacy gem or something I can add, I'll probably take this out for it later, but I don't know if that exists yet. I haven't really looked into it. Next, you get Rapid Attacks 1 and Momentum here. Of course, you go faster because we're moving. We get 40% more damage. Blindside, super interesting. We get 15% more crit damage bonus and crit hit chance against enemies. This is basically a guarantee this is going to happen because we're not going to be using our whirling assault without having the blinded enemy because we're not using without staggering palm. Staggering palm, as this projectile, has a 40% blind chance with quality. So that's a massive blind chance. We just take one blind wheel with the 50% extra crit chance to blind the enemies, and that's all you need to basically nearly always crit. Even if my low level right now, I'm at level 79 or I'm at 79 right now. So I don't have all the gear I could have, and I still have a ton of crit chance on Staggering Palm. You see our crit chance is at 34.9. And so we're not even close to our peak here. We're already get really high crit chance. And then we've got Culling Strike, of course, is going to be what ends the bosses. Oh, I forgot to mention Rage, which is for 15% more attack speed while not at max rage. Because we get 50%. Because we're usually not at max rage, this is just more attack speed. It's just what it is. I might find something else to socket here, but for now, this is what I've got. Aside from that, the Wind Blast, our next best move. We do get some rage off of the Wind Blast as well, which is why it goes so fast. And then we've got Punch Through, which, because we knock back a lot in this build, when I knock back a guy, they become an easy target, which means those projectile hits will deal more damage, right? And we use projectiles with Staggering Palm. Stun, of course, build more stun build up, very important. And Brink, so I don't cause the stun with this move, so I can more easily cause it with Staggering Palm itself. So we're gonna run this thing here and see what the build looks like. Oh, this looks dark. Oh, it's one of these things. All right. And what you're noticing probably is that they're already getting stunned. So I can kind of just zip back to enemies because it doesn't really matter. Like they're getting stunned by everything. They don't have to get stunned by the palm to activate the projectile. It could be stunned by anything as long as the buff is active. So because I have extra stun on my moves themselves from the tree, then you're just going to get a bunch of stun and it doesn't really matter how it's applied. It'll keep the buff going the whole map. Uh, it's too complicated, man. Now they're all up here. Oh, it picks up reach points automatically. That's cool. I got frozen. Okay. But yeah, that was kind of hard, and I ripped once, but we're cool with that. Anyway, that's the build, guys, and thanks for watching. So that was kind of hard, and we ripped once, but thanks for watching. I guess we could look over the tree for a sec if you want to see it. This is what I've got for the ascendancy. So far, we're built out like this. So we've got just kind of what you would expect. We got some stun and knockback out with the day stuff, and that doubles up here. I've got some deflection, and of course, we have our distracted target because their enemies will be blinded a lot. So this just gives you basically guaranteed 50% extra crit chance. All right, got some crit wheels going on, and down here we have some melee strike range increase, which I'm pretty sure does pretty good, right? It makes our rolling assault go a little further. All right, well, thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.